Welcome back everyone for more Let's Play Back to the Future, the game. If you recall, we had just managed to talk to Edna and learned about when the shoe was lost. Which, if we can find out exactly when the shoe was lost, we'll know exactly when to set the time machine, or set the DeLorean time machine back so we can go find Doc. There are a couple things we need to do here. But I should mention that I looked at the new video quality and for the most part it actually looks passable. I know the text might get a little bit hard to read at times, but I'm gonna have to live with that. I need a bigger computer monitor at some point in time with a bigger resolution on it to be able to do this a lot easier, and someday I will take care of that. Maybe when I get my next tax return I'll think about upgrading my computer monitor. But in the meantime, we have a date to figure out. And as you've probably guessed, these newspapers are the key to figuring out the exact date. But two things have to happen. First, we have to narrow down the year. And second, we have to get her out of the way because she will not let us rifle through her newspapers. If you recall, we know that the video store went up shortly after the speakeasy burned down, which is the date that the shoe got lost. So, let's see if we can get a closer look at the video store. Yeah, screw you, Biff.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
But So now that we have that, let's see
Excuse me, Miss Strickland?
Let's see if she has anything new to say here. No.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
No. These newspapers will help us.
I told you not to touch those.
Obviously, we won't be able to get into the newspapers. We need her out of the room. And what would get her out of the room? Her thinking her kettle's boiling. How do we get her to think the kettle's boiling when she didn't even put fire under it? The radiator.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
Well, you are also wearing a jacket.
That's the
Hear that?
kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
Yeah, fat chance we won't touch anything. We have to be semi-fast, but don't have to rush.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931.
Bingo!
Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Oops.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order. Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Somehow I don't think they're gonna rush to her aid. Just a hunch. So now we know what date we need.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
So he's apparently dressed for, 1931. It doesn't matter what we pick here, so let's pick work uniform.
It's my uniform. Didn't I tell you? I got a job.
At the Model T factory?
Yeah. No.
Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll
Out
barely
on the
know I
limb.
was gone.
Huh.
You ready to go, Einstein?
So now, the
Time circuits?
circuits.
On. Flux capacitor. Fluxy. Okay. If Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
They really need to fix the wiring in that, don't they? Come on. Come on. Thank you. And gangsters with Tommy guns. Yeah, get out of there. Or, use the exhaust to knock the policeman off the road. One of the two. And this familiar trip for him. So we have indeed arrived at Hill Valley, circa 1931. There we go.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Of course, Einstein runs off. Watch where you're walking.
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who? Me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
Ah, prohibition. Let's see. Might as well, she seems to be in favor of what this guy did, so let's be on her good side.
can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Ask him where I can get the address.
Ah, I see. Because you want to blast it to smithereens just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
And again,
Yeah, it's...
this doesn't matter, but, we can have fun. Do we want to be Harry Callahan? Do we want to be Michael Corleone? Or do we want to be Sonny Crockett? Let's be Harry Callahan.
Harry Callahan.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Callahan. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
A much younger Edna.
I know. I met you back. I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet. I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
The earlier
Doc,
altercation.
I gotta find Doc.
That must have been when she lost her shoe. Now, let's take a look around at our surroundings, because we are now in Hill Valley 1931, and there's not much to it. They really didn't give you much of a world to explore.
Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like, a hunting lodge?
Moose. 1931, he wants moose.
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients.
You are a transient right now. Get over it.
Wow, looks like they used a real shark.
You thought that once before, didn't you? But that's all you can... That's as far as you can go in this direction. Yeah, whenever he comes to different hill valleys, sharks. Everywhere. Stationers.
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, Bob.
You can't look at the signs. But you will find out about the sobriety group there soon enough.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that?
That's ruins, law office door.
Hello?
No solicitors!
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
Now, what's this? A sign that says today's special, yesterday's soup. Let's walk down the street. A soup kitchen. Under new management. Somebody eating soup. Somebody stirring soup. Soup is everywhere. In a soup kitchen. Who'd have thought?
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
Kid Tannen.
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right. That's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
And with that, I'm going to cut the video now that we've run into what we always run into. Our former ancestor and a former Tannen. So, until next time, see everyone later. Take care, folks.